We are all supposed to be at Oshkosh this year, and we're all stuck at home. A lot of people are stuck at home. This hangar is my home, so I thought, hey, we got a good rainy day here. Let's go for a tour inside the Buffalo Airways hangar. I'm going to show you guys all the stuff that people do not always get to see. We're going to be bringing in the DC-3. We got the Lockheed Electra out here and all the weird stuff we can find inside the hangar. So let's take advantage of this rainy day and head inside the hangar and see what we can find. So the weather outside, again, not very good. So even the cats are cuddling up together. Speaking of cuddling, the DC-3 is nice and warm in the hangar. Today they changed the tire. You know, it is going to a remote mine that was actually weathered out today. My father is flying in a generator. Hopefully going to go tomorrow if it all clears up. But we're here, and I really wanted to show you guys. The DC-3, of course, is a very iconic aircraft, not only for aviation, but for Buffalo Airways. And myself, I love it to death. That brings me to my very first air venture. It was in 2010. We brought our DC-3 P&R down there for the 75th anniversary of the DC-3 flight. I just absolutely love these airplanes, and you know, getting to work with DC-3s every day is just so awesome. I love it so much. But what other aircraft are hidden around the hangar? You can see there's a Beech Baron and a 185 on amphib floats. This Beech Baron used to be a bird dog aircraft. If you're not familiar with bird dog, that means an aircraft that flies ahead of firefighting aircraft so they can drop the retardant. You always seen on the news where the airplane flies and drops the red stuff. Well, that's the airplane that flies ahead of it, normally with a personnel from the government telling them where to drop their loads. Okay, this 185, I just want to tell you guys a quick story. If you've been following on my YouTube channel, I did the history of, they actually put a DC-3 on these EDO floats. Not these ones, of course, but a much larger set. Now, this aircraft was also a bird dog aircraft for our Cansos. We used to run PBY Catalinas as air tankers, much like the CL-215s that we are doing today. Yes, there's actually two CL-215s parked outside. I can't really show them because they're actually under government contract right now. A little finicky about filming. But getting back to these floats, I remember one time when I was a kid, they needed to get a spare set of floats super quick because it was under a fire contract. So the only floats available for sale at the time were the set on the aircraft used in the movie Waterworld. Yeah, to me that just blew my mind. Coming from a small town in Hay River, anything to do with movies was just mind-boggling. And I always remember that we almost got those floats from the movie Waterworld. And I remember my father being just dumbfounded. Why was there a set of floats that were painted to look old? He couldn't figure it out. And then I was like, man, that's from Waterworld. Anyway, off topic a little bit. So showing you this float plane has also reminded me we have two more float planes down at our float base. So let's head on over and see what Stella's up to. Maybe she can quickly show us what we have over there.
Hi Mikey and everybody at the EAA. I'm here with the Nordic Norseman SAN at the dock, and we're about to put her in the water here. We're just getting ready. And we are also checking on the 1941 N3N, which is already in the water.
But one thing I want to show you guys really quickly, our 2800, these are the 18-cylinder aircraft engines, the radial engines that go onto the CL-215. This engine has 18 cylinders, about 2,100 horsepower, and of course there's two of them on the aircraft. Such an amazing thing. This is the CA3, very similar to the CB16 engine series that is on the DC-6. The version that is on the Curtiss C-46 is a little bit different. The one way I always tell apart from the CB16 to the C-46 version is if you look at the nose case, see these row of nuts right there on the nose case. If we quickly go over to the C-46 engine, you can see it's smooth. And that's a quick way to tell if you have a C-46 engine or a CL-215 engine. I don't think anyone else in the world has the opportunity to mix those two engines up as it's only us, Buffalo Airways, and Everett's in Alaska operating C-46s. And there's a few CL-215 operators still left in the world. Sure, love that airplane. Speaking of airplanes, what the heck is that? Well, that is a Fleet Canuck. That's a Canadian-made trainer aircraft. Wasn't that popular due to, after World War II, so many cheap aircraft from the war were flooded in the market. So purpose-built training aircraft were not really that necessary. Same thing kind of with the DC-3. Why build a cargo aircraft to compete with the DC-3 when there's literally thousands and thousands of airplanes? So my father actually traded that airplane for a 49 Merc car. Hopefully I'll show you guys a little bit more about Mercuries in a sec. Another Beech Baron here, and King Air 100. The King Air 100 is one of the most important aircraft in the Buffalo Airways fleet since you've probably last seen us on the TV show Ice Pilots, which ran for 6 seasons. Yes, 6 seasons. Check it out on Amazon Prime. I'm going to show you something here really quick. Really cool tidbit. Actually, getting a lot of good information here. We'll get back to the King Air in a sec, but if you look up there, there's a banner. So November 18th, 2009 was the premiere of the TV show Ice Pilots that we're on. But if you've not heard of Ice Pilots, you go check it out, Amazon Prime. Even if you're a die-hard Ice Pilots fan, you might not know there was actually another TV show filmed here. And here is a little bit of a Easter egg. The TV show Arctic Air. Yes, Arctic Air was a Canadian show on the CBC network that was pretty much based off us, same production company as Ice Pilots, Omni Film Entertainment. You can see that they used our hangar as a backdrop, and they actually made a replica hangar in BC so they can film here in BC. A lot cheaper to film a high-end TV show in BC than it is in Yellowknife. King Air 100. We have 4 King Air 100s. They're both a bird dog, so they've replaced the Beech Barons, the 185s. We have 4 King Air 100s. Actually, they've got a lot more, but 4 serviceable King Air 100s and 2 Turbo Commanders. So the Turbo Commanders work with our Lockheed Electra. So one thing I want to show you guys that I haven't shown anybody yet in any video, this is specifically for you. Let's go in the backyard and find my Uncle Ronnie. Okay, here is a treat. There's a DC-4 hidden in the backyard. And we got Uncle Ronnie here from Plane Savers. Uncle Ronnie, who we saved a DC-3 out of Montreal. And Ronnie actually saved this DC-4 from where, Ronnie?
California. It belonged to Aero Union, and we brought it home in 2002. It's been sitting here ever since. We haven't really used it.
To the untrained eye, it might look pretty rough, but this airplane is in actually very good shape. And I've trapped my brother in the back here. Let's go find him and see what he has to say. So, what's the chances it's going to fly again?
Well, it depends on what kind of funding we get, but we could put it back in the air, no problem.
How long would it take?
4 months. Better ask Ronnie.
How long do you think it would take you to get it ready?
Geez, this one would be about a good 3 months. The wing is here. We borrowed the wing. Now we don't need the wing. So the wing could go back on it. We have engines, propellers everywhere. We have everything, but again, time to do it.
So Rod figures about 4 months to get that airplane flying. I think we could even do it a little bit quicker. Look, this is what we call Lake Buffalo. This is, no matter how much gravel we put in the yard, it always creates a big lake in front of the back of the hangar. Speaking of the back of the hangar, there's no airplanes here. There's no C-46s. Normally there's C-46s here.
Hey Mikey and everyone at EAA, it's Jamie. Here we are flying TPO up the valley. We're currently in the beautiful town of Norman Wells, delivering a bunch of food and essential services to these small communities.
Okay, I couldn't think of a better room to get out of the weather. This is my father's little car room. One of many, but this is the one he's got tucked away here in Yellowknife, where he works on some of his cars. Let there be light. Thanks, Randy. And so yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff. I've done a Plane Savers episode. If you haven't seen my YouTube channel, I got some crazy stuff. So if you like this stuff, check out my YouTube channel. But my father did give us a big tour of this room, but I just want to show you guys, it's not all about airplanes. A lot of times it's about vintage cars, and you can tell my father loves vintage Mercurys and Fords. So there you go. I just want to give you guys a quick look at this cool place. You can very well bet when the stresses of running an airline get a little out of hand, you'll be able to find my father in this room right here. This is his safe zone. So here it is, folks, my father's Fox Moth. Steve, the mechanic's been working around the clock getting this aircraft ready. In fact, I wasn't even allowed to be in this part of the hangar up until the Northwest Territories relaxed some of their, restrictions on COVID, but here we go. We'll be filming a lot more of this aircraft coming soon, but if you remember what this aircraft looked like before it came in here, it was pretty rough, and now it's looking more like an actual airplane. So that's a surprise. Nobody has seen this much of the aircraft, and that was a surprise for you guys. Another hidden surprise for the long haul plane saver fans. Look at this. You know what's in that? That's a radial engine for our Fokker, the Fokker project. Now this might be a little out of context, so if you want to check out my YouTube channel, Mikey McBryan, you'll learn a little bit more about what the heck we're talking about. You'll see a little bit more of this room. This is the metal room. And actually, I just finished shooting, and there's only 2 episodes up by the time you watch this, maybe even the 3rd one, of my father's DC-3 masterclass. Yes, we take LFR up and go for a flight. I'm gonna throw that trailer on right for you guys right now before I say goodbye. So check this out.
Good morning, my name is Joe McBryan, and I'd like to invite you to come along with me on a DC-3 for a ride, and I hope you enjoy it. If you want to become a pilot, it's stamped on a piece of paper, you're a pilot, they'll hand it to you, and now I'm a pilot. No, you got to go learn to fly the airplane.
Everything looking good, gear up. You want to hold these throttles.
If you want to experience flight at all, the closest thing you can get to that flight with a DC-3. Yeah, that's what I see when I see a new co-pilot coming on board. I'm trying to figure out what do I have with me today. As if no doubt when I sat in that seat, there was captains say, what the hell is he doing sitting here? When God made man, he made us with 54-inch peripheral vision. So if we sit properly and look right, we can see the whole instrument panel within our vision, and you're absorbing it all and putting it back into the movements as you fly the airplane. It's a special gift that you're allowed somebody upstairs, or maybe the guy down there, he allowed you the privilege of spending a lifetime flying one. Yeah, it's very special.
Well, hopefully you liked the little tour. I'm hiding in the nose wheel well of the Electra to get out of the rain, wind, noise, and all that fun stuff. I just want to say a quick thank you to Chris Henry at EAA, who's always been just crazy supportive of anything I wanted to do. Check out his new B-17 book. I was one of the first people to order it. Also a huge thank you to Kyle and Sarah, the EAA team that handles the social media. Social media hasn't never been this important in the history of our planet to keep people together, and I congratulate everyone at EAA and the whole AirVenture crew for putting on such an amazing event year after year, and this year is no exception. We'll be seeing you in Oshkosh AirVenture 2021. See you guys. I gotta go warm up. Bye.
Whether you're a current pilot, aviation enthusiast, or just looking to get started, EAA has more than 900 local chapters worldwide that will get you involved in grassroots recreational aviation in your own backyard. EAA chapters offer a variety of programs and resources for all interest levels. Find a chapter near you at eaa.org/findachapter.
I'm Steph Strickland with EAA Spirit of Aviation Week EAA Together initiative.